my name is Austin Landon, and welcome to the next edition of Austin Weekend. Here with me is Dad, and after a hiatus, we are finally back.
Yeah, we had some sickness, had some busyness, had some stuff going on, had some birthday parties, but we're back, and what are we going to do today?
We're going to review the Storks movie that came out a week ago, or maybe like a couple weeks.
The Storks, it's about a week and a half ago. We actually went and saw it last weekend, but we had some sickness to come through the family, so it sort of took us down for a few days. Everybody had it in the house except for Mama. So, yeah. But we're starting to feel better now.
And now, let us explain...
Storks.
What is your overall synopsis on this movie? That's a word I rarely ever use, is synopsis instead of a plot.
Well, it's sort of the Storks, of course, everybody knows what the Storks do. The Storks deliver...
They deliver babies.
But
typically they do.
And typically, but in this movie, the Storks have quit delivering babies
and started
delivering packages, sort of like Amazon.
So, would you like a bird carrying your new iPhone 7 for you?
So there's birds delivering stuff to people's houses instead of delivering babies to people's houses. And this is the story about one of the Storks and and this is stuff that you can see in the previews. They're not giving anything away. And a person. And the person is an orphan that's been left at the Storks place. And it's just a story, an adventure about how those two meet each other. And
in reality, I think it was like, if you saw the big trailer, like the biggest trailer when you were watching a movie, you saw the plot of the movie. Yeah. They're trying to get the Storks to deliver babies again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And hilariousness ensues. So I went into this movie a little critical of it because the previews
didn't look too great.
Honestly, the previews weren't done very well. Went into the movie and it was actually a pretty good movie.
It had a solid plot.
It had a good story. It did have a pretty good story. I was a little worried about the story. What can you do with Storks to make it actually interesting, you know? I mean, it's storks and babies. What can you do to make it interesting?
I don't know. Make your environments creative, make the characters likable, and make some of the side characters enjoyable to watch as well. Especially the comic reliefs.
The animation was done really well.
Although it does feel a little cartoony, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
It does have that look and feel of those older... I had to tell you, what does it feel like to you?
I don't know, sort of, probably... Like I said, it's not got the crystal clear animation. They're not trying to make it look real life.
It's not the Kubo and the two strings animation.
No, it's not made to feel like it's a real life situation. I mean, this is a cute little baby with big eyes, and I mean, you couldn't make it sort of realistic because baby. You could never have a baby with a stork and it ever work out anyway whatsoever.
Yeah.
So they sort of have to make it cartoonish a little bit to even carry the plot, really. But it was good for me. It fit the story. It was actually a good story.
This is actually the second pure comedy movie of the year. The first one that we reviewed this year, The Secret Life of Pets, which I fondly enjoy.
Mm-hmm. The Secret Life of Pets was pretty good too.
It kind of feels like the second comedy movie. Like, if both of them were, like, doing this side to side with each other. Like, spy pals or spy buddies or something.
Yeah, there's mainly just two main characters in this movie. The stork and the girl. There's a lot of side characters. The baby is sort of a side character. It never talks, even though it's
a big part of the plot. It's got a big
part of the plot. There's the boss, the co-worker, my favorite side characters
are those wolves.
And they're the wolves. And you've seen in the previews too, the two wolves going and licking the baby. Said, "Are you in love?" Yes, I'm in love. Yes, I'm in love.
yes, I'm in love.
Though the wolves are hilarious. The wolves are the funniest part of the whole movie.
If you want, you better watch the movie now, or you'll miss your chance at probably getting some of the best comedy reliefs of the year.
The wolves honestly remind me of the Minions. You know how Despicable Me came out,
But they talk, unlike the minions, which speak gibberish. Or, I don't know if they have a language.
Yeah, sort of. Well, they probably do have a language. They understand each other. But they're sort of that type of side character. When they're in the screen and their part, they take over the movie. They're the funniest part when they're on screen. Sort of like the Minions do in Despicable Me. And the Minions ended up getting their own movie. I don't know if Storks will ever be popular enough for the Wolves to get their own side movie, but they were funny. I mean, they really had.
This does work, knowing that this is a pure comedy movie.
Yeah,
it's out there to make you laugh. It has a lot of silliness, certainly.
Form of Wolf Submarine. No. It was just. It was really.
I didn't
funny.
know. Do you know what? That would actually be cool if you can get your pet dog to turn into a boat or turn into a car.
Form of a wolf minivan. It was. We're not going to tell you what any of that means. You need to watch the movie, but it was really laugh out loud funny. Those parts were actually laugh out loud funny. And honestly, they made the movie for me from a pretty good movie to a pretty good movie.
What's the difference, Dad? You just told them it was just a pretty good movie and then a pretty good movie.
Well, hey, let's say it went from an okay movie to a pretty good movie. How about that? But anyways, it went from to.
Oh, brother. Oh, brother.
Oh, man. But do you have a favorite character? My characters were the wolves. I love the wolves more than anything.
Well, I'm gonna have to go with the wolves too, because the wolves have, they have this sort of vibe about them. They have this charm.
They're
charisma.
They're quick talking, quick witted, just they are.
If
funny.
you blink, you'll miss a joke or something.
Yeah, form of a wolf bridge. So it's all so funny. Oh, who knew that they could do that? That's so funny.
Now,
the wolves were awesome.
Sum up the story, which is pretty good, and it fits the cartoony style of this movie. And the animation is also cartoony to fit with their movements.
Yeah.
And the characters are somewhat likable and enjoyable to watch at times.
The characters do develop over the story, which is what you want. You want them to grow throughout the story.
Sure, comedic characters can make you laugh, but you have to like them in order to laugh harder.
Yeah. And it is a 90% comedy movie, 10% of a little serious thrown in here or there, but it's a mainly comedy movie. And it hits its mark pretty good. It was better than what I thought it was going to be. It was.
So, now let's get to the rating. We haven't done this in...
No, you want to explain the rating then?
1 being completely and utterly horrible.
Crap.
And I mean dreadful.
Crap.
And 10 being the best thing that's ever been released and produced.
Awesome.
Or the best thing.
Ever, yeah.
Now, what do we want to use for Storks?
Yeah, we don't use stars to rate stuff.
Typical critic talk.
No, that's boring. Like with Kung Fu Panda, we used...
Dumpling time! Dumpling time! Dumpling time!
We used dumplings because Kung Fu Po loved...
The dumplings.
So we used dumplings to rate that one. It got they rated between a 9.3 and a 9.5 dumplings, those movies, because they're really awesome. But we pull stuff like that from the movies. So what do we want to use on Storks? You want to use babies?
Exactly what I was thinking.
I was thinking either diapers or babies, but babies would be good. Okay. 1 baby being bad baby. 10 babies being awesome baby. How many babies do you give Stork?
It's going to be around an 8 and 8.1, 8.2-ish areas. It was a good movie, per se, but it wasn't the best movie I've seen this year.
No.
It does have its great parts, and it does have its charming parts, but it's probably somewhere on the lower part of the best list.
I'm just about the same with you. It had some laugh out loud funny moments with those wolves and some of the moments.
They carried the movie.
That really took it up to the 8 level. So I'm about you. I'm about an 8.1. It's definitely worth watching. I would definitely recommend it. It gets the all weekend seal of approval. AEW.
Right all over this puppy.
It's awe-inspiring. It's worth going to see, and it's definitely worth renting. I mean, I would definitely watch it. It's a pretty good movie. All right, now what do we got coming up next?
Next up, we have the all-anticipated Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
We're going to do Space Ghost Coast to Coast next, and that should be pretty soon, hopefully within the next couple days if something else doesn't go crazy wrong. But we've got
some top 10 lists.
We've got some top 10 lists. We've got some more movies coming out. We're backed up on the requests that you guys have given because we're so far behind. We'll try to catch up on some of those requests too.
Of course we will. We've been gone for a while.
Yeah, we've been gone we had a couple of weeks we missed here and a couple of weeks we missed there. We went on vacation for 2 weeks and had some sickness. I missed a couple of weeks. Summer is busy. And then early fall is a little busy too, so.
Well, if we gave you a recommendation, watch it now, support this movie, give it a backbone,
movie. Yeah,
and help its sales in the DVD department so we can get a Wolves movie.
Yes, that Wolves movie would be awesome. I mean, it's like Wonder Twins activate, form of a wolf minivan.
Cut it out.
That's so awesome. I can't help it. But other than that, I guess we're about done.
Alrighty. See ya next week.
Bye-bye.